Hi, I'm Beck's Hybrid Sales Intern, Rachel Gary, and I'm here with Team Sales Agronomist Alex Johnson at the Beck's Hybrids London Practical Farm Research Facility. Today we're going to do an update with the Escalate versus untreated soybean treatment. You may recall we released a video on this about a month ago. Right now we're going to look at some of the progress and differences we're seeing with the Escalate versus untreated soybean treatment.
So today's July 6th, and about a month ago I talked with you about the differences I was seeing in untreated soybeans versus Escalate yield enhancement system that we treat standard on every bag at Beck's. The differences we saw early on were we saw insect control with bean leaf beetles on the treated, and we saw feeding on the untreated. We saw earlier emergence with the treated beans compared to untreated, and we saw more uniform emergence on the treated beans. We also saw more vigorous growth early. April 18th is when we planted this study. Come over here, Tim. I want to show you some of the differences in insect feeding. In this untreated strip, you'll see the holes on the leaves, and this was even more pronounced early on the cotyledons. We had bean leaf beetles in here feeding pretty heavily. Over here on the treated side, you'll see a lot less holes in the leaves, and there was a big difference on that. I'll take you over here, Tim, and show you some pictures. These are pictures that I took early on in the trial. As the beans were coming out of the ground, we saw treated beans came out more uniformly and faster than the untreated. There was a very pronounced difference between untreated and Escalate treated. I showed you the bean leaf beetle. Here's a picture early on when the feeding was more severe. Here's the thing to think about. Just because you have treated beans doesn't mean that you have an insecticide in the treatment. Escalate comes standard with an insecticide, but there's other bean treatments out there that are just a fungicide package. Now I love it when I come looking at trials, taking notes, and I see a difference where I wasn't planning on seeing a difference. I didn't expect to see any visual difference this late in the season. But on July 6th, we can still see the difference between the treated beans and the untreated beans. We're seeing a taller plant, we're seeing a fuller canopy. We're going to close the row quicker here where the beans are treated compared to where they're not treated. So we're seeing the benefits of the Beck's Hybrids Escalate yield enhancement system standard on every bag of beans that we sell. We're seeing those benefits reach into the season and beyond just the early benefits we see in the springtime.